I hope you follow them.
No, I do not. And I want to let you know something. This is out of hand. So.
Excuse me. What's your name and occupation?
Jerry Jones, and I'm a fucking racist.
Oh.
What is going on, losers? Welcome to the Lost Losers podcast. I am your host, Mr. John Paquette, joined once again by my beautiful bride, the tots of the show, Miss Andrew Paquette.
Hello.
And coming at you live from good old shithole Ashland, Kentucky, young James Fortney. How is everybody today?
I wonder how you make that an occupation.
I don't know. So
Because if I can be a racist towards Mormons professionally, I'm down.
Why Mormons?
Don't watch the Netflix special.
It's living in Temecula. There is a huge population of Mormons there.
I don't remember
Mormons.
I don't remember there being a shit ton of Mormons when I was in Temecula, but so how is everyone? Hold on, time out before we hold on to that. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Do us all a favor. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you're watching on Rumble, do the same thing. If you are listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you are listening to this wonderful podcast, please do us a favor. Leave us a 5-star review, share with a friend, be greatly appreciated. And please, if you want to be super nice, go to Patreon, $5 a month. Subscribe to our Patreon channel. You get the podcast a day early. You get the LLP Sunday playlist that we do. Come hang out, listen to the music. Like this week, we will be doing road rage songs. Correct?
Yeah.
Have fun with them. We don't need to do 18 songs of just straight Pantera and Slipknot, ladies and gentlemen. So
I think I got another Gigi Allen song I can use. That'll be good.
Oh, what song?
Another Gigi Allen song. There's a lot more fitting to this.
This is a lot more fitting for Gigi Allen. So yes, come hang out with us on Sundays, or go back and listen to it. That's available to you. And then on Thursday, June 23rd at 7:00, we will be doing our first live hard episode. Come watch all the hard videos. And with this, it's just going to be like an hour and a half of just straight the videos we can't show on here and whatever wild shit we can just find in the stories we have between that.
For me, my videos are kind of like my legendary videos. Like, to me, my videos that I absolutely would die for.
So that will be this Thursday and all that good stuff. That's $5 a month on our Patreon page. So subscribe. All right. So let's get into it this week. All right. So what are you saying? There's a lot of Mormons, and so you just don't like Mormons? Is this it?
No, I just really don't like Mormons. Like, in their religious book, it says if you're black and you join the church, you'll turn white and some ridiculous shit like that.
And here's my question. Can you be racist towards a religion?
It's not technically racist. I don't know. People that don't like Jewish people.
But that's Hebrew, like Hebrews.
I was about to say Jewish is
racist as a race.
Right.
So but I don't know.
It depends. I mean,
Mormon
isn't a race; it's a religion.
Like I said, but can you be racist to a religion?
Defeats the definition of racist, but sure.
I guess you could be hatred towards a religion. Anyways, let's talk about race. Stop talking about racism, because most people, it's stupid. Anyway, so how's everyone's week? Everyone alive? Everyone good? Everyone doing fantastic. Everyone have a good week. Everyone's got 10 fingers, 10 toes. Everyone's alive and live well. I'm glad to see and hear.
For now.
Well, we're still here. That's all that matters. So if this is your first time listening to this podcast, we like to kick off this podcast doing the wishes of the week. That's our weird and interesting shit that has happened to us. Basically, it's about 30 minutes to 40 minutes of me and James just working out our awkward social abilities.
Yeah.
So let's have at it. James,
you should probably let me go first since mine's short.
Oh, no, actually, do you have anything this week?
Well,
usually,
my shit's short. You guys are.
Let's go, Andrew.
Yeah. So you usually don't have anything. You yell at me.
Well, I'm just saying. I take 2 seconds.
Okay, go. Sorry.
I finally got to go see one of the bands that I grew up listening to with my dad last night. We went and saw Tesla.
That's fun.
It was awesome. They were great.
I thought you have seen Tesla before.
I have never seen Tesla.
Oh, really?
Dad had never seen Tesla. We had talked about it the last couple times they were in St. Louis, but either mom was sick or nobody had money to go. So
Finally went. A good show.
Yeah.
Best show so far.
Top 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Just because of the sentimental connection, or because they were just that good?
They sounded just like you would listen to them on Spotify or whatever. You know, their lead singer, he's an ugly motherfucker, but his voice, like you can't beat that voice. You could hear him, you know, it was spot on. So
You never get you never can get the entire package, can you?
sometimes depends. But and then we did our after concert routine and went to Waffle House, which was fucking crowded as shit. And some little white privileged Kevin, I'll call him, came in his fucking Porsche Sportster or whatever,
Wait,
straight out of Oakville.
which Waffle House were you at?
Arnold, the one on Richardson.
That's a fucking Hoosier ass greasy spoon, and there's a Porsche in the parking lot.
There's no, the other ones aren't open. Nothing is open. So and then we have, it was packed like Saturday night. Nothing
Because
around
nothing
here
was
is
open.
anymore. So fucking Kevin and his stupid fucking retarded friends are hanging out, just being, you could tell they were starting shit. So Kevin's friend goes out in the parking lot and they're beefing off to some dude, a big fucking truck. Kevin's friend, we'll call him Brad because he looks like Brad. Brad came in and was like calling, like frantic on the phone. Now I know the dude that runs that Waffle House because he used to work with me a long time ago. And this Brad is on the phone calling his dad, saying that some guy in a truck pulled a gun on him at the Waffle House parking lot. In the meantime, Kevin is outside with his fucking straight ass Bill hat, all fucking sideways, trying to act cool at some dude in a big ass truck that apparently had a gun. So fuck Kevin, fuck Brad, fuck the friends he was with. I wish the dude that was driving the truck should have shot him. Let's see.
Like, so they were just acting tough.
He reeked of alcohol so fucking bad. It was like he just dove into a Jack Daniels vat.
Ooh.
But you get in your little Porsche fucking Sportster there, buddy, and you know.
You never want to see bad things happen to people, but
over.
sometimes karma does hurt.
I wouldn't want to see the kid like crash, but number one, you're drinking and driving. Number two, you're a fucking entitled little twat that Dad and I both started getting pissed off. I'm like, I have to go because I'm going to go kill this kid. So
it's never
nope
the alcoholic that gets fucking hurt.
Oh no. And he's out in the parking lot, like I said, fucking straight ass Bill hat, like
that's the worst. Straight Bill hat wearers are the worst.
No, he was a type. You can picture him kind of longish hair, kind of curly, had a hat on sideways, white fucking undershirt is what I call him. Wasn't a wife beater.
Yeah, in 2006 he would have a tap out shirt on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was my night.
We all know who. Like as soon as I say that's that's him. Jesus, that ended the Tesla night.
Yes.
With either straight cut pants or long shorts.
They were light colored, like light denim Wranglers. So I guess he went ghetto shopping, you know, because.
Can we all agree that guys who wear their hats straight build, unless they're a tattoo artist, are usually the worst?
I used to wear them. I don't think I do anymore. Like, no, my trucker hat what came straight bill, it still has a slight curve in it. At least I don't wear all mine that ridiculous.
I have to have a bit. I have to have a.
If I'm wearing a dad hat or like a rag cap, then yeah. But
that's the worst. Straight bill has the worst. What else? And like, okay, what was the guy a jacked up truck? What were they beefing about? Anything?
I have no idea. Like there was shit going on in the parking lot. Dad was watching him, and then some dude, like big old freaking tough Jefferson County guy, had a cut off flannel.
Of course he did.
Big old buff guy, and he's sitting there drinking a glass of chocolate milk, like pinky out. He's just like, yep.
Of course, of course.
Cut off flannel is such a Missouri thing.
I know. I started laughing. I'm like, dude, check this guy out.
And
why are you pointing at me for? You know that's true.
Oh, I am. Listen. Yes, you're true. You're right. And I'm gonna name the county. That guy was not from Jeffco. He was not from St. Louis County. He was not from Washington County.
Oh my God.
That man was from St. Clair County.
I do not see cutoff flannels around here.
Or
that is a fucking Missouri thing.
Or he was from St. Genevieve County. One of the two. Actually, I can even see Franklin. I'll throw Franklin in. So there's 3 counties right there. Pick one of the 3. That's where he was not from the area. He was a passer througher. Okay. So
interesting.
Waffle House was very fancy. Were you just looking at them and like, now I see why John takes notes all the time?
No, I immediately got annoyed. So
you have to laugh at the situation at least.
I was enjoying my waffles, fucking starving. So
Awful Waffle is the best. Awful Waffle is the best. So anything else, baby?
No, 2 concerts with Dad. Got a whole shitload coming up. So
nice.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, James.
Nothing much. I feel like, or not much. I've had. Yeah, you
the argument earlier that we just had. You go, nothing much, really.
No,
I'm fucking done with you.
I feel like somewhat of a scumbag because I've put in about 100 hours into Terraria in the past about 2 weeks.
Shouldn't you be looking for a job?
I have been, and I'm also getting ready to build an apartment and doing some other stuff. But like, even while I'm doing that stuff, I'm mindlessly fishing.
Yell at anybody about a job. You know what? I'm sorry. Can I withdraw? I'm sorry for yelling at you for looking at a job, dude. I'm the last person who should be yelling at you for that.
Yeah, he needs to withdraw that statement.
My bad, buddy. I'm gonna withdraw that comment, and I'm gonna tuck my tail between my legs and scoot back and let you have the microphone. Continue.
I am. I'm like actively sending out emails, checking them on like an hourly basis, but I'm just like mindlessly fishing and just like I want to get all the items that I can in this game, and it's just a fucking really time-consuming game. And so I've put in like 100 hours in the past about 2 weeks, and it's a little ridiculous.
Wait, if I call Carter right now and say, "Hey, James put 100 hours in Terraria."
It's based off of Terrarium, yeah.
Is he going to yell and start belittling you for a minute, or just calling you a freak show?
A little bit. I have about 1,200 hours in the game in total.
I will 12 hours. Okay. I'm gonna have to call Carter.
It's like one of my favorite games of all time. I love it so fucking much. But just been playing that shit ton. But I've had some funny stuff happen. Like the other day, I had to talk to my mom about my phone, and she was just getting really worried about it and being like, "What in the fuck is wrong with you?" Because my battery was starting to swell. You could see it from the back of the phone. I've had this phone for like 5 or 6 years.
Wait, no. That is not true. That's a false statement.
I replaced it for a short amount of time.
Because why?
Because my mom replaced her phone and gave me her hand-me-down, and I got that for a while. And when I went to go visit John and Andrea, I
wait, stop. You're forgetting a very key point in the story. Would you like me to put it in there? No.
I was using my phone raw dog.
Someone cursed you after they found out that you were raw dogging your phone.
Yes, I was raw dogging my phone, and whenever I got to John Andrea's, I pulled out my phone to message my mom in real quick, and Andrea just looks at me and was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Why don't you have a case on your phone? Like, you're just asking for it." And John just gave me this look of like, "You better watch yourself now. You better be fucking careful."
I have a very unique talent.
Dropped
this bitch got voodoo, and I'm living with it.
Good.
I dropped my phone probably a dozen times down in the garage that they record in, and it just got fucking demolished. Like the screen was just shattered to all shit. I couldn't even barely use it.
3 minutes after you were here, it was like 3 minutes.
Yeah,
and then you didn't say anything, and then you went, "Oh." And then you didn't say anything, and then I seen your phone the next day. I'm like, "When did that happen?" Because I'm like, "You dropped your phone." And you went, "Fuck," and I went, "Oh, did it break?" I'm like, "Did it break?" And I looked, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" And you're like, "No, man, it actually broke yesterday." And then that's when you admitted to it.
It happened. Yeah, like I kicked over
right.
my phone because it was on charge or something and it fell. And I was just like,
sorry to sidetrack you. So your phone is swelling.
Yeah, phone swelling. Mom was getting pissed at me because like it like burns my hand if I use it for longer than so long. It's getting ridiculous. It's like an iPhone 8 or something like that. And I was the other day I had to deal with the Land Rover a bit and went and got some oil in it, yada yada, had my phone on the side of the Rover while I was dealing with it, just playing some music, and went to go finish up, cleaned everything up, put oil in the bag, closed everything up, and dropped the hood straight onto my phone that was on the between like the rubber and the frame, and it just split it in half. And just cracked it like all the way up the center of it and everything.
You tacoed your phone using the hood of your car?
Yeah. It was hilarious. And like it still worked, everything. I was still good, but it was shattered to bits. And
so new phone for James this week, huh?
Yeah. And I've already been talking about getting the Z Flip. But the store was out of the Z Flip, the Samsung like new flip phone. But they had the dark green iPhone 13 Pro. And so yeah, I got a huge upgrade.
You went from like a 6 to a 13, didn't you?
Yeah, it was like 8 to 13. It's fucking ridiculous. It's 120 hertz. It's just dumb.
Don't you have that phone?
I have a 12
Oh,
Pro.
Sorry.
Okay.
So you'll get the.
But this was the same price as the Z Flip, so I was just like, meh, all right.
I
whatever.
like to upgrade whenever I'm eligible. So yeah,
I'll
admit it. I'm a phone snob. So new one comes out, I'm like, yep, trading it in.
I'm actually eligible for an upgrade right now.
Pro is the first iPhone with 120 hertz, 120 frames per second on the screen, and it's absolutely gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Samsung's had that for a couple of years. So
exactly, I know.
Yeah. Why didn't you get the Samsung Fold?
They just didn't have it in stock, and my deciding factor was if they didn't have the dark green, I was just gonna wait and order the Z Flip, and if they had the dark green, I was gonna go with this.
So you were actually going to switch from an iPhone to a Samsung?
Yeah, like
wow.
The workers were like, "Oh, you're not like."
So were you going to get
to a brand?
So you're going to get the Flip or the Fold?
The Flip. They just recalled the Fold.
No.
Yeah, they just recalled it.
Damn it. Because I'm eligible for an upgrade, and I was like, I was thinking about that Fold.
The Flip is so badass. It's so
too
nice.
Small,
I've been able to play with it.
Too small for me.
I can get that.
I got fat fingers and shit like that.
And is too ridiculous for me.
Yeah, but it's legit. That's pretty fun.
It turns into a fucking tablet.
Like, I know. I know, right? It's literally until a tablet. It's fun. So, anyways, sorry.
Yeah. But crushed my phone, did that. And then yesterday, this is my last one. Yesterday, I had you have those moments that you're so confident in your heart that you're doing good, that you're just like, you walk off with a pep after you try to do a good deed and everything. And then you see everyone around you being like, what in the fuck was he doing that for? Like, this dumbass. And so yesterday, I was leaving Lowe's. We were looking for like floaties and stuff. They didn't have anything, but we were leaving. And the woman parked next to us was trying to get something in or out of her car. I couldn't tell. And I went up to her and I was like, here, do you need some help? And she was like, yeah, go ahead. And I helped her get the box into her car a little bit more, like pushed it against the seat. And she kind of turned to me and like very subtly under her breath was like, oh, I was going to return that. And I was like, oh, you're good. Have a great day. And I like didn't register. Like I wasn't trying to be an asshole or anything, but I didn't register at all like what she said. And she was intimidated by me. And she was just like, I'm not going to tell him like what the fuck to do. And so she just walked the fuck inside, got a worker, came back outside to get the box and everything. And I saw her like walking out of the store with a worker as we were driving off.
You wait.
It was such a good one.
So
I was so happy with myself. I was like, oh, she just needed some help real quick. Got in the car all happy. And I see her like struggling, walking back outside and just being like, this motherfucker, what's wrong with him?
Let me get this straight. You're bebopping along. And sunshine.
It's a fucking
wait. Nice day out. Sunshine on your face. Just hanging out. Like everything's all good. James is just walking on sunshine. Sees this nice little lady. Looks like she's struggling to put something in her car. Goes, ma'am, I got you. Shoves it in the car. She goes, I was returning that. You went, toodaloo, and just bebopped along. Got in your car, did something, looked up and seen the employee now pulling this thing out of the lady's car and goes, oh, she was returning it.
I felt so bad, but I couldn't stop laughing at myself.
You know what the equivalent of that is? You ever done this? I've done this. Everyone's done this, I bet. You ever had like a fun-sized Snicker or Milky Way? And you like open the wrapper as you're like opening the wrapper, you open up the trash can to go throw it away, and you throw the candy bar right into the trash can, and it lands in like the pasta from the night before, and now you're holding an empty wrapper. You're just like,
yo,
it just wasn't meant to be today. It just wasn't meant to be.
I felt so bad for because like it was just a nice old Christian lady. She sees some kid like that's towering over her by at least a foot with a throat tattoo and be like, hey, you need some help. And she just does not want to respond back at all because she's like, I don't know if he's gonna be mad at me for no reason. And then just lets me walk off after fucking up everything in her world.
I don't think you fucked up everything in your world, but you confused the shit right out of her.
Oh yeah, she was like, where did he like
at that moment in time, she was just very, very confused. Like of what just happened. She didn't know what just transpired. She doesn't know why Dorothy is no longer in Kansas. Like she is just out. And you are breaking your arm, patting yourself on the back.
I was so happy with myself. I was so just like, oh, I was did a nice thing for an older lady. Like, yeah, that was sweet. And then I just saw her walking back out.
The only thing
what are we gonna do with him?
The only thing I can think of is the Price is Right fail music.
Ooh.
Yeah, just I tried my hardest to be a good person, and I failed.
Speaking of which, yeah. Remind me here in a second after this do. I got some clips for you guys before we do the news. Remember to do those.
Yep.
James. I don't even know what to do with you.
It's such a good one to me. I kept thinking about it while like falling asleep last night.
Is it weird? I'm gonna talk, dude. That's a great story. It really is. I'm very proud of you for being a good boy and helping a nice old lady.
I felt so.
And just completely fucking confusing the shit right out of her at the same time. That was bravo, chef's kiss. Well done, sir. Is it weird? I'm about ready. Everyone, you should have the story of the week. I'm about ready to top you. And I'll let it be like my last story for today because I made an ass out of myself in front of somebody. It's good. So I have this friend. We all know who he is. I don't need to name his name. I'm talking with this friend the other day. Huh? Asperger's.
Yeah. All right.
Asperger's. So Asperger, we were talking to Asperger's the other day. I was talking with him. And so we were talking about a friend that we know that lives in another state. And it's just like a train wreck scenario. Just seems like everything is wrong. Well, this person just started dating another person, and the comment was made about these people that almost made me vomit and laugh snot out of my nose at the same time. He goes, those people look like two big toes that fucking the Asian ladies need to fucking work on right now. And when I went back and looked at the picture of them and fucking seen it, I couldn't stop fucking laughing. I'm going to show my wife the picture right now, and I want to let her be the judge of the comment of what like transpired. Gosh dang it, it should have been. Thought I had it brought up. So give me a second. God damn it, my fucking phone.
I'm just gonna start the Jeopardy theme
There
music.
it is. Now, do they look like two big toes that the Korean ladies need to help?
There's somebody for everybody.
Yep, that it is. That it is. I couldn't stop fucking laughing, and I never heard people getting described as two big toes before, but he fucking nailed it.
Have you
Bravo.
never seen Spy Kids?
No, never seen Spy Kids. So I will
Andrew,
let you know.
haven't? That's surprising.
I think it's just out of their range.
I've
They
seen
fell in
Shark
between.
Boy and Lava Girl.
It was like the same time as that.
I don't know. They've probably seen it.
Yeah.
So, real quick, before I move on to my next one, Mr. Ed Whitnever, he was with us last week. Great dude. Red Beard Knife and Leather. Go check out his shit. He messaged me also this week, and he was like, I have a problem. I'm like, what's up? What's your problem? He goes, I think I might have an addiction. I'm like, oh, yeah? What's that? He bought another one of those Black Raven fucking accents. He goes, refurbing this one special. That's all I got out of it. So be on the lookout for his set coming soon. He's like, he's super excited, huh?
Shit.
So I thought that was fucking funny, and I had to bring that up again because that dude's great and fantastic. Love Ed. All right. So we had a power outage this week.
Oh, yeah.
That sucks. Thank God it wasn't 180 degrees or 100 degrees, 102. I think it was the day before. It was only 96.
9
It went back down for us.
hours. 9 hours.
It went down for 9 hours.
It's like a nice 80 today. It's great.
Oh, it's fantastic here as well. It was
it rained and it's like perfect now.
So it didn't rain. It rained the day we lost power, but the wind was amazing. And it's every time it seems here recently, we lose power, like a fart and like a tree branch will fall on the lines and we'll lose power.
Yeah.
And it's just like, Jesus Christ. It's a pain in the ass. So I happen to tweet out to Amberin, hey man, I know like shit happens, but can we like stop the tree branches from falling on the lines every time, a gust of wind or something like that, because you guys refuse to cut them down? Not only did Amberin private message me and give me updates every 2 hours of what was going on with the situation after that, but at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, a tree service showed up to go, hey man, I hear there's some trees that need to be cut down. Where are they at? Because you guys don't have power. I went, wait, what? Yeah. The power of social media, ladies and gentlemen, that happens. I was shocked and amazed of what happened.
Their HR team is fucking on top of shit.
But they shouldn't have to tweet. They should be texting people that every 2 hours of what's going on. That should automatically be a blanket fucking thing to do. We have.
I think you should be able to sign up for it. I don't think it should be everyone. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, sign up for the service. It should be, but you're signed up for it. But it's not as nearly as great of the service I got for tweeting them out.
Yeah, that's funny.
Okay.
Did you delete the tweet to make them feel better?
Fuck no, I did not. Hell nah. Couldn't fucking believe it. I was like, what? What? Thank you, Amberin. Appreciate it, but I shouldn't have to fucking tweet out to you. But yeah, that's awesome. Too bad it still took 9 hours for you guys to come and fix the transformer again, but whatever. I understand. I get it. I get it. Is that where am I at? I'm just see. I got my notes, man, ladies and gentlemen.
Do I go thin crust or original?
Original.
Oh, dude, original.
All right.
Or that wait, where are you ordering from?
The Zanzi's Pizza.
Is that the St. Louis style place?
Yeah, the place that shout out St. Louis.
Get the St. Louis style. Don't get the original. Get St. Louis style. All right. Here's my question to my wife, because this happened this week again. How come? So for everyone that doesn't know, me and my wife worked together. That's how we met, and then we didn't start dating until after I left the company. Like we hung out, did shit, but that's not everybody's business. Yeah. But for some odd reason, I haven't worked for that company since like 08, 09. I don't know. Like 10 or 11 years, but every time we go into the store, everybody has to tell me, like, if I'm not with her and we run into somebody that we know that like know together or worked with us at separate times or together when we work together, has to comment and think that they're the ones who matchmaked us. Yeah. Every time. I don't know why everybody wants to put a spin on how they are the ones who introduced us and they knew that we were the ones to be together and shit. But hey, man, whatever makes you feel better, I guess. Whatever helps you, what dream, I guess. But I would like to. Is that why, I guess, people do that shit?
They don't do it to me.
They do it to me all the time.
They don't do it to me.
Yeah.
Probably because they feel sorry for me.
Probably.
Just kidding.
We definitely know I outkicked my coverage.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know who you're referring to in particular. Oh God. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not saying her name out loud.
No.
Or that person's name out loud. Whatever. But yeah, every time.
You and I never worked with her.
I know that. I worked with that person before I went in the service.
Okay, but together at the same place, 3? No.
Yeah.
So whatever.
I know. See?
I
This was the comment. I knew you told me before you guys started dating how much you liked her. I went,
What?
What?
When?
First of all, you're not the person. First of all, I never told anybody my business there. I try to keep everyone out of my fucking business at that place.
You can't even fart without somebody knowing. It's just, I'm over it.
And then, like, seriously, like, what the fuck?
I could give a flying fuck what people do.
So, I don't know. So, as my wife said earlier, she went to 2 concerts this week. The first concert, she went to the Tesla yesterday. And then, but Friday before, we went to go see Cactus over at the Wiley over in Edwardsville. Fantastic little venue if you ever had the chance to go. It's an old movie. Huh?
They still show movies.
They still show movies. It's a movie theater. It's a 320-seat movie theater that they put concerts on it.
Like 350, I think it is. 350.
Cactus is an old
bluesy
Southern blues rock band style.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not trying to be ignorant.
Oh no, you know what? It's somebody my dad is like in love with.
Her dad, my father-in-law, has a fucking knack for knowing old fucking or new or upcoming guitar players, like blues musicians and guitar players. He was like, oh, we have to go see this guy play. If you stump him on one and he fucking likes it, it's like that's his Christmas. Like when I'm like, oh, we're gonna go see this. When we went and seen Kingfish with him, I'm like, hey, I bought tickets to go Kingfish. We're going. He goes, who's Kingfish? I went, just go do a deep dive. You're gonna love him. And it's like Christmas seeing him light up. That's his Christmas when he sees a new band and a dude plays. It's his Christmas and it's amazing. He becomes a kid again. But he took us to go see Cactus over the Wildly. Fantastic little venue. Fantastic show. And Pat Travers was the closer. It was Cactus with Pat Travers or Travers with Cactus, however you want to put it.
Tongue twister?
No, well, it didn't. It said Cactus with Pat Travers on the ticket, but Cactus opened up and Pat Travers closed.
Oh, okay.
That's why I said that.
It was just stumbling you.
Yeah. So that's why I kind of threw it out there that way. But I was the youngest person in the crowd besides my wife. Okay. Here was
kind of funny.
Literally. And these old people were having the best time of their lives.
My dad would call it an AARP show.
It's an ARP show, but ladies and gentlemen.
It's like a little inside joke.
Yeah. And here was the best part. One of the best parts of the evening was the guy who was dead center front row. If you have ever seen the TV show Band of Brothers, do you know what I'm talking about? Okay, there's a really good show.
The Disney show?
No, HBO miniseries Band of Brothers about the 101st Paratroopers, Easy Company.
Okay. And no, I'm thinking of Iron Weasel.
No, so Band of Brothers is this great. It's fantastic. It came around Saving Private Ryan's. Saving Private Ryan. Did I say that correctly?
I don't think I've ever seen Saving Private Ryan.
All right.
Either.
Well, it came around a couple years after that. It's a fantastic 10-part miniseries if you want to go watch it. If you want to Google this guy, though, in it, they usually start the show off with the real life, the guys who are still living from the 101 Easy Company paratroopers. Lieutenant Major Winters is a real life person. If you want to Google him and you see this picture, this guy was his twin brother that was sitting center front row at the Cactus show. And this Cactus was this guy's clutch. He knew every word to the songs. He knew how they performed, and he was fucking getting it. And he was the best part, one of the best parts of the show for me, because I was looking over and was crying. Crying. She was interested. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you have an emotional fucking breakdown right now. And I'm like, look at this guy. And he was just like singing singing every word, knew what's going on, and just going. This was his favorite band, and I fucking loved watching that guy. That was fantastic to see this old guy just get after it. Fantastic. After
a life like that,
yeah, it was good to see. But this guy could have been Major Winters fucking twin. If you look up a picture of him, you're like, oh my God, that's how old that guy.
Oh, I thought you said it was his twin brother.
No, it could have been his twin.
Dude,
they were identical looking.
Yeah.
From Band of Brothers, like when he's talking on Band of Brothers, that's what he looks like. Like, that's the best way to describe this guy. Now, watching Cactus, something I've never seen before ever happened without a talk box. And if you guys know what a talk box is with a guitar, when the guy kind of mimics the sound of the guitar using his voice or uses a voice box or whatever it's called, that the guitars for Cactus started playing. It was like and was spitting into the microphone as he was playing the note, like bebopping and fucking doing shit like that.
Fucking funny.
Me and her looked at each other and just started laughing.
Yeah.
Hysterically. And because it just threw us up. It just was a fucking loop. Threw for the loop. And the one guy with the top hat that's on at every show I've ever been to, this guy's at. I can't think of the guy's name. I don't know who he is, but every concert I'm like, oh, there's that guy. Top hat, those socks guy. And he was like, that guy was just feeling his soul with that. And I was just like, oh my God, it was fucking hysterical. It was fucking classic. It was fantastic to see this guy playing the guitar and as he's bending that note. And that guy was like, he's touching his soul, yelling shit. I was like, oh man. All right, James. Are you ready for me to top your story? Because I made an ass out of myself.
I'm still like laughing at myself a little bit.
This one, dude, it's a good one. I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you. So Mr. Dan Buffa, the movie critic, he fucking texted me the other day. He's like, "Hey man, what you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing." He goes, "Hey man, you want to go see Elvis? I got press tickets to go see press screening for Elvis. You want to go see it?" I'm like, "Fuck yes, I want to go see it."
Yeah.
So it was nice enough to invite me to go see this. Went and seen it.
I gotta see this going bad.
So I show up early, like I always do because I noticed that the movie was almost 2.5 hours long, almost 2 hours and 40 minutes long.
Jesus.
I was like, I'm gonna get there early.
A Johnny Cash movie coming out like that also? Or?
I'm not for sure. There was a Johnny Walk the Line with Joaquin Phoenix. I know there's
Walk the Line. I thought they were like doing another one or something. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. I'm not for sure. So I get there early and I'm like, all right, this is gonna 3-hour movie. I'm gonna get there a little early. I'm gonna smoke a joint and then I'm gonna go into the movie theater. I'll go in and meet Dan. So me and Dan, have known each other a couple of times now. We hung out a couple of times and he knows to give me shit because so I smoke a joint, go inside. I'm pretty baked at this moment in time because my buddy hooked me up with some very fine green. And I go inside. So me and Dan are talking and bullshit for a few minutes. I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna get something to drink." He goes, "Oh, you gotta get," he goes, "Oh man, I'm gonna go get some seats because since this is gonna be kind of a packed house, I'm gonna go get some seats." He goes, "I'll meet you inside." He goes, "Let me guess, you have to get your icy." Because if anybody who's been to a movie theater with me, I'm a kid. I have to get my slushy or an icy, okay? Yeah. Wild cherry, preferably. Judge me. I don't care. And that's exactly what I said then as he kind of walked past me. As I was like, yeah, go ahead. Don't care. Judge me. As I'm swinging around, I happen to make eye contact with the person that's about, 5 feet behind me. And it was a very nice female. And I went, oh my God, it's Nikki Glazer. And dropped my head and kind of spun around. Now, here's the problem. I'm high at this time, and I don't know if I said that out loud or not.
Wait,
because Nikki Glazer, the stand-up comedian.
Yeah,
Nikki Glazer.
Oh my fucking! Why was she in? What?
She's from St. Louis. She lives in St. Louis.
Okay.
She was at the premiere because she's Nikki Glazer and she can do whatever the fuck she wants. All right, because she's comedy gold.
I didn't know she was from
there.
Yeah, I'd have the same fucking reaction of like, ah!
I just went, here's me. I just spun around and went, huh. It just spun back. And I don't know if I got anything else out of my mouth. And I don't know if I said, oh shit, that's Nikki Glazer. Here's the problem is anybody that knows me, I'm having a conversation in my head. So my head's doing one of these things. And I'm like, and mind you, I'm high. So I don't know if I'm having this conversation out loud or in my head. And my head's doing one of these things. Did I just fucking call Nikki Glazer an ass? So did I just make an ass out of myself? I'm surprised to turn around and apologize. I should. And I went to turn around and she's gone. And I went, oh, I'm probably going to be a joke in a stand-up special for a fucking crazy person at a movie screening. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
So James, you helped an old lady out in reverse. I made an ass out of myself in front of Nikki Glazer this week. Who won?
Why the fuck? I get it's a press screen. It makes sense for her to go to it, but just I remember.
She that was she goes out front, go see it in the movie on the big screen. It was a fantastic showing.
Was there some ridiculous? No, she's not gonna have some ridiculous car. I just don't see that.
No, I don't know. She probably has someone drive her. Who knows? I don't care. I didn't see her I didn't saw her. That's it. She walked by me again as I was walking out and I went to go say hi, but as I went to go say hi, I went, oh, hey, hi, just say, hey, nice to meet you. Good luck on your tour because I know she's on tour right now. I think she's doing a couple of shows and then she's doing the Fully Loaded tour with Bert Kreischer, I think, or something like that.
Oh, that's funny.
I think she's on that. If I read that lineup correctly.
Trixie Motel is this drag queen that's renovating a motel on Discovery Channel, and she was on that show.
By the way, just happened to look those up because if I figured I was going to talk about Nikki, I figured I'd better at least say, like, yeah, she's on tour. Go check her out. She's a fantastic comedian. Because I'm sorry for making an ass out of myself in front of you if you ever hear this. So don't everyone think I'm just like a psychopath. You know, I remember shit. I wrote it down somewhere. It's not in front of me, but yeah. So Jamie helping people out in reverse, me making an ass of myself. I think it's very compliment. You getting mad at strangers.
That's nothing new.
I think it was been a very good week, don't you think, ladies and gentlemen? Whew. Well,
went all right.
All right. You know? So, all right. I got a couple of clips for you guys real quick, and then we'll get into some news. Okay. Let's just see this nice lady just. Like, what was she like? What was the point in this? Like, but that was going to be the outcome, right?
Just yeah, I know I've done that before.
Just bouncing your head off of it.
Oh, it's only one though. Why would she only do one?
Because clearly, not that right. So for everyone that didn't see that or couldn't see or hear that, there was no sound, but never go ahead and come up in front of the slide at the rec center, ladies and gentlemen.
Especially if an obese dude is coming down.
Right? Jeez Louise.
At least you won't have the same momentum anymore.
Yeah, right? All right. Now this is the important one. This is probably going to get copyrighted for this one, but I don't care. I had to get this one for my wife. Baby, pay attention. You'll love it.
Bitches in the future?
Good night, everyone. Thank you. This is Wheel of Fortune, Joe.
Bitcoin is the future.
Yeah, that's it.
What the fuck? Like, what was the like? People are dumb. I just can't do it no more. You know. All right, I can't find that. So let's get into some news, shall we?
Can we take a quick break real quick?
All right, need a break real quick. All right, give me a sec. All right, dude. It was a good thing we had to take a pause so I could find this. Like, find the news button. I like the news button. So just stopped it. Now we're gonna travel a little bit this week. First, we're going to Canada, ladies and gentlemen. Have you ever been, James? You ever been ghosted?
No.
James, you ever been ghosted?
Yes.
And for everyone that doesn't know what I'm talking about, James, what is ghosted?
Just if you're talking to someone, not necessarily in a relationship, just kind of flirting and stuff, and then someone just all of a sudden just stops messaging you altogether.
It can also happen
in you or whatever.
Yeah. It can also happen in a relationship. It's just basically with if you're in a relationship or you're talking with someone, they just up and vanish like a fart in the wind. That is being ghosted. Now, off to Canada. We're a woman by the name of Bree Duvall, 25 years old from Australia, was living in Canada with her partner of 4 years. 4 years. When on the night of August 29th, 2021, she fell headfirst from a parking garage with a night out from friends and suffered a traumatic head injury. Now, Miss Duvall had to spend 4 weeks in a coma where she was giving a 10% chance of survival out of this. Her parents were told that she would have 10% chance of survival. Now, by the miracle of God and modern technology and all that good stuff, she obviously survived and has pulled through. Even shows signs of improvement.
That's good.
It's great. She's fantastic. To only wake up to when she was finally able to get her phone that she was going to text her boyfriend, who she hasn't seen in a while, nor has visited, only to receive a text message from another woman saying that he has moved on and moved in with her and her child, and please do not contact him, and has blocked her on all social media.
Guy's a dick.
He was talking to her beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, did I tell you she was from Australia and she was living in Canada?
Like, because of him.
Well, for work and other things, but she had no family.
Yeah.
Other than him when she was in the hospital. Anybody want to check those dates of August 29th, 2021 and what was going on then? And guess who couldn't come visit? Oh, yeah, her parents. And this dude up and vanished like a fart in the fucking wind. She had to spend 5 months in a hospital before she was able to go on, and she still hasn't heard from this guy. Anybody want to chime in on anything on this one? Anything?
I agree with James. He was talking to her beforehand.
Oh, there was a long relationship beforehand.
Yeah, that's how I feel. The woman that he moved in with, he's been talking to her for a fucking minute.
At least, I would say at least a year.
That's fucked up.
Because most medically induced comas aren't too long, honestly.
Mm-mm.
4 weeks.
4 weeks she was under? Okay.
4 weeks she was in a coma.
Yeah, this dude moved in with a new girl within 4 weeks. Like, fuck you. Like, nah. Yeah, I'm not as long. I'm thinking like above a month and a half or like so. But, geez, yeah, no. You had some shit going on, my guy. You were looking for an excuse out. Just
He's a
fucking
ballless,
be a man and speak
fucking
up.
ballless wonder. Calls himself a man. Doesn't have enough balls to be like, you know what?
Exactly.
Hey,
Be a fucking
I'm not
man.
happy, but I'm gonna be a little bitch and fucking play this game. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah, I think Andrew and I are on the same page.
Oh, everybody is on the same page. There's not one person that is going to disagree with you, if not call him
The
a
chick he moved in with.
Okay, one person.
I'm not not one to go fucking jump him and stuff, but
I'm not saying someone needs to be castrated, but someone needs to be castrated.
Karma's a bitch. Like, everyone knows that.
Karma does come around sooner or later.
So that's Jesus. Yeah, no, be a fucking man. Like,
I don't know what to say or do. I had to bring this story up. I had to bring this dude up. I don't know. Let's call him. I don't know. Like, if there's a name you could put on this guy, what would you call him?
Kevin.
Kevin. All right. So Kevin here. Actually, we already have a Kevin. James was Kevin last week, or the Ding Dong one story a couple weeks back.
a few years back also.
Oh, well, that story was also a few years back as well. So we got to figure out another name besides Kevin.
I used Kevin earlier.
I know. So keeps up with Kevin. So fuck these Kevins. So any stupid guy, we'll just call anybody stupid Kevin. This guy's stupid and no balls. So Kevin here. Just Jesus Christ. All right. Speaking of karma and shit, now let's move on to India, shall we? And the fuck you now and fuck you in the afterlife story of the week. Yes, I said that correctly. Fuck you now and fuck you in the afterlife. So we're gonna
like curse someone.
Nope. So in Odisha state of India, a 70-year-old woman by the name of Maya Murma, I don't know, probably mispronounce that, don't care, was in a tube well drawing water when a wild elephant appeared and proceeded to trample 70-year-old Maya Murma.
It's not a good way to go.
Not a good way. So Miss Murma was rushed to the hospital where she ended up succumbing to her injuries and passing away.
So it wasn't instant either.
So no, probably not. So, but her family was able to take the body that evening and proceed with the last rites and the rituals of the funeral ceremony that they do there for a herd of elephants to show up, run off the crowd, and the elephant that was described as trampling Miss Murma proceeded to re-trample her and toss the lifeless body in the air in front of friends and family.
They're smart enough. Yeah, I can see that as
Only
the same elephant.
For that elephants to go in, demolish Murma's house, Maya Murma's house, and damage 3 others. Oh yeah, they went and destroyed her house as well. Not only did they fucking trample the shit out of her and then proceeded to play fucking catch with her corpse body in front of her family afterwards, they decided to say fuck you too and took her house and damaged 3 others, which I'm sure was just happened to be casual damage. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, after the herd of elephants left, they were able to proceed with the funeral.
Wow. Clearly.
This is all the same day.
Yes.
This is all within 12 hours.
This
sounds like.
This is all within mere hours of each other.
This is not even a full 24. This is a full not even night cave.
This is probably within, I don't know, 8 hours.
What the fuck?
They don't know why the elephants acting like this. It's baffled because usually elephants, or even wild elephants, are such gentle giants. One person did say they're pretty sure that Maya Murma was part of a poaching group that just recently killed a baby elephant.
There was something
I can see that.
Something spiritual wise, something.
There's video of it. I didn't pull it. I didn't get it in time. But if you want to go out and you can see the elephants trampling the fuck out of their houses and supposedly playing catch with Maya. Hopefully I'll have it on Thursday for the live show. So if you're listening to this on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, you will get it on the live show. So
if she did poach a baby elephant, then you deserve what you got.
That's what I was talking about. Karma, ladies and gentlemen. It does come back, and sometimes it does hurt. And clearly, here is one time it hurts. Oh. I would like to do. Can you imagine being I don't know, 19 or 20 and watching a couple of elephants play catch with your fucking lifeless grandma's body in front of you?
Man,
Elephant A really does put a huge good spiral on Granny.
Just fucking
she Tom Brady grandma.
It would be horrible that they're poachers, but it goes into the stuff of that's what they know to do in their area.
But Elephants never forget. And
Yeah,
that tells me
that's
right
some
there,
shit.
that is shit. I'm never fucking with an elephant. I'm not, that.
I'll ride an elephant.
I'd ride one, but I don't want
Violent.
to piss it off. I don't want to go to like the Ringling Brothers and have that shit happen. But God, I'm still laughing at someone Tom Bradying a pass with fucking Granny. And not just anybody, an elephant. And there's an elephant here in the St. Louis Zoo that I basically grew up with because it was born when I was like 5 or 8 or some shit like that. It's called Raja.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing I can imagine Raja fucking zipping a pass with a fucking Granny one day. And that's all I can picture in my head. I'm like, damn, Raja, that's a great pass, man.
I'm just thinking of, the little like hand helicopters. I'm just imagining her spinning, just the arms out.
Oh my god.
And seeing his grandma zip off the fucking ground.
Grandma go bye-bye.
Off she went. Oh, damn, dude. I don't even know what to say to that one. All right. Our final news story of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is from a couple of years back, but it recently just came across my desk again. So I figured we needed to readdress it. So if you heard this one, I don't care. Just keep your mouth shut and we're going to move on. But it's a good one. So back in 2015, and everyone's favorite state in the great state of Florida,
My peeps.
a man named Richard Patterson, 65 at the time, was charged with murder and the strangling death of his then girlfriend of 4 months, Francia Marquez, 6 years old. Now, Mr. Patterson did admit to the killing of Miss Marquez, but he said it wasn't deliberate and she wasn't strangled to death, but she merely choked to death while giving him oral sex. Now, during the trial and all that, they couldn't really tell why or how Miss Marquez passed away and all that stuff after everything was said and done, because when the body was found 2 days later, because Mr. Patterson didn't call 911 until 2 days later, the body was a little decomposed already. Being a reason why he said he didn't call 911 because he was embarrassed and humiliated that he choked his girlfriend to death on his large member. Now, Mr. Patterson was acquitted of the second-degree murder charges because his lawyers argued that he never strangled her, but he did admit to choking her. So now it did take the jury 5 hours to deliberate and come with the not guilty verdict. But here's where I find things weird and I want questions answered. Now, Mr. Patterson never took the stand in his defense during the trial.
Okay.
But he did offer up to show the jury his penis, and he never had to. Now, if you are coming up on fucking murder charges and you said you choked a broad with your enormous dick during oral sex, you better bring receipts, and I want to see it. Is it weird that I want to see this man's penis?
A little bit.
But I think we all need to see this guy's dick. Correct?
I love that the energy is that. He's offering to show us, so we know it's big.
And they didn't take it off. They didn't take it up on the offer. The judge was like, "You can see." His lawyer went, "Mr. Patterson will show the jury his penis," and the judge went, "If the jury would like to see his penis, I will allow it." And they went, "We're good." How is that possible?
Allow it?
How is that possible? If I'm jury number fucking 2 on that panel, I'm like, bring it in. You, buddy.
Bring it in.
That thing, I better hear a thud when that motherfucker hits the table or the ground.
The judge was going to allow it. Is the part for me of like the bailiffs around him are probably gonna like already snickering and being like, "This motherfucker, what?"
They're taking bets. There's a pool going around. And you know there's going to be a pitcher leak, so I want to see it. We need to see this.
Oh, that was the bailiff's favorite day of this job. Like,
how is this possible? That they
didn't have to deal with crackheads or anything. Had to deal with a guy's giant dick.
Wife? I don't know.
I hope I never have this problem.
Okay, I want to know one. Like there's doctors that said
was his dick so big that once she put it in her mouth, she couldn't get it out of her mouth? Like, how the fuck do you not be like, no thanks? I don't get it.
So I was having that thought also. I think they're into puke play.
Stop. Okay, you're going extra. Time out for a second. Let me stop you right now before we go into something that we don't need to. And I know what you're about ready to say, and we don't need it. I get you. Save it for Thursday. All right.
I was looking at some of those videos for Thursday, but I decided against them.
Send one. Okay. Here's the situation. Have you ever seen the movie The Sweetest Thing with Cameron Diaz, Christian Applegate, and Selma Blair?
No.
Okay. I'm going to ruin the movie for everyone. At the ending, anyways, it's a funny movie. It is. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Jason Bateman in it, and so is who's the guy from Hung? Thomas Jane. Selma Blair, guy she hooks up with in the movie. At the end of the movie, she gives him oral, and he is large and has a piercing, and it gets caught, and it can't get unstuck until he goes down. So that's my imagining is. She went to go full hammer on his hog and it got lodged, and he couldn't go down, get his dick down fast enough because I don't know, Viagra, and because he's 65, and it got lodged in her throat, and he had to sit there and watch her choke to death on his huge member until he went soft.
I don't know.
Which, thank God, it was. If he took Viagra, hopefully it wasn't longer than 4 hours.
Yeah.
Just let those marinate, ladies and gentlemen. If you're driving your car listening to this, please don't wreck. Is it possible? How does it work?
I don't see that
That's
being. I don't fucking know.
A doctor,
I have no idea. Like,
doctor,
he probably strangled the bitch and played it off like he has big cock and she died while trying to give him head.
Well, then here's my question. What if this guy what if he really did strangle her and he was just like, yeah, I have a huge member, and was like, yeah, I'll show everybody, and like waiting for the jury to call his bluff, and the jury didn't call their bluff.
Exactly.
Like thinking the judge was going to be like, you can't show your dick in the courtroom. He's like, see?
Yeah, that was my thought.
And then the judge was like, yeah, sure. And then he was like, oh, fuck. And then like the jury was just like, he was just waiting. The jury was like, no, we don't see it. We believe you. Because he just had big dick energy. You know, Pete Davis. He was like Pete Davidson of the retirement community, I guess. I don't know. Just had that big dick energy. I don't know what to do now. Okay. Are we ready for some Reddit stories? We don't have any guests this week, so we just got some Reddit stories, ladies and gentlemen. Then it's a nice, tight little podcast this week, I think.
Yep.
All right.
I think we good.
Now, the Reddit stories is a step up progression. We're going to start pretty serious and then and it's going to get lighthearted as we go. Okay. But the first one I think we needed to since we're recording today and it's Father's Day. So I have a couple of Father's Day stories for everybody. So. All right. Here we go.
Some ready.
Am I the a-hole for telling my daughter?
Oh, that's Terraria
right
there.
Wasn't in her life?
Yeah. Okay. Got it. James. Not the background. Cool.
Pregnant. We had recently broke up, and she found.
Let's restart that, James.
Sorry.
It's fine.
That's Terraria.
That's Terraria. Got it.
He got excited.
I know. So this is another Minecraft game. Okay. It's a
similar.
Okay. Alrighty.
Am I the a-hole for telling my daughter the truth about why I wasn't in her life? To start, my ex and I were 19 when she got pregnant. We had recently broke up and she found out a couple weeks later that she was pregnant. She said she planned to get an abortion but only wanted her sister there. So I was always under the belief that she had aborted. She only contacted me once saying it was done and we didn't speak again. Fast forward 19 years later, I found out a month ago that was a lie. My ex passed away 3 years ago and my daughter Kara has been living with her uncle. He was the one to reach out to give me a heads up after she expressed an interest in wanting us to connect. He and I spoke at length because I was feeling some pretty strong emotions like rage for never being told about her. My ex had backed out of the abortion but didn't want me involved because we were broken up, so decided just not to tell me. But he told me that Kara doesn't know about that. Apparently I wasn't ready for fatherhood because we were both young, so I bailed. I couldn't believe it. Rob, her uncle, told me he knows his sister was wrong for that but promised Kara doesn't have any negative feelings towards me, and my ex never painted me as some villain, just a young guy who knew he couldn't properly care for her. He asked me not to tell Kara this when we talk if she asks, and because it could hurt the way she saw her mom. I never actually confirmed I would. Kara messaged me and we've been talking.
All right, I'm going to take a pause right there. How are we feeling so far about this?
I'm not for either one. She's fucked up for doing that and not telling him, and the only person that hurt is the child, and he's fucked up for not having enough balls to man up and take care of the responsibility that you created. I don't give a shit how old you are.
Did he? Okay, he's just now finding out about it.
I get that.
Okay, tell you.
But
come
he
out.
didn't want anything to do with it anyway.
But she said for the abortion, he was like, "That's fine. I didn't want anything to do with it."
Okay.
So
like I said, he's a dick for what he did, and she's a fucking asshole for what she did. She lied and then brought a child into the world and didn't say anything to the other parent.
Okay.
But he probably wouldn't have done anything because he said, I was only 19. I couldn't properly care for.
Okay. Like if he was like, hold on, time out. If she was like, hey, we're 19, we're broken up, I'm pregnant, I'm going to go have an abortion. And he was just like, okay, cool. That's great. Because fuck, I'm 19. I'm glad you're taking care of that for us. Appreciate it. Like you're getting rid of it. Okay. Listen, I know I'm being cruel. Listen, I know I'm sounding cruel. But I'm just being, short about it. He's like, good. Okay. High five. See you later. And then she was like, hey, it's done. He was like, okay, great. So I don't have a kid. So, I mean, I'm just looking at that guy's defense. Like, okay, I know what you're saying. Like he should have went with her or
ish. I mean, she said she only wanted her sister there. Okay.
Okay. So what do you want the guy to do? He can't force his way to be there. And I mean, what I'm saying?
That's not what I'm saying. It was fucked up for him to he would have bailed anyway. If she would have had that, if she would have told him she was having the kid, he would have been like, deuces.
Do you think?
Yes.
Now, do you honestly think that he would actually bail just by what you're saying right now?
Eventually, yes.
All right. I mean, he doesn't. I mean, you don't know because the guy wasn't put in the situation or never gave him the choice. So it's hard to say what the guy would do without being in that situation.
Okay, I get that.
That's just.
They're both wrong.
I know.
Yeah. They're both wrong.
Okay.
And the only person that suffers because they're both fucking idiots is the kid.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but I'm just trying to see how the guy's in the wrong right now. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. For her right now, she's in the wrong. And this guy would just sound like he was admitting to his faults at the time.
That's kind of how I see it. It sounds like it doesn't. Whenever it says I was 19, it wouldn't have worked out. That's what she said, right? That's not what he's saying about himself.
That's what he goes. Yeah, it wouldn't have worked out anyway. It was probably. I have to go back and listen to it. What do you say now? Let's see.
But this one is very similar to like my dad's situation kind of growing up. So
yeah,
kind of interesting.
All right. Sorry. All right.
No, I think that should be fine.
Right there. All right. Uncle Rob, I remember that one. So, all right. Start again.
Properly care for her. He asked me not to tell Kara this when we talk if she asks him because it could hurt the way she saw her mom. I never actually confirmed I would. Kara messaged me and we've been talking. I've met her twice and it's been crazy emotional. Looking at this girl who looks just like me and hurting that we're just barely getting to know each other. So far our conversations have only been about what her life was like, how my life is, what her wants/future goals are, and getting to know each other. We met again Tuesday and she finally decided to ask the obvious questions about what made me not be involved. How did I feel, what went through my mind, did I ever think about her, etc. I had been thinking about what to do but in that moment I just didn't have it in me to lie so I was honest. That I was told about the abortion, had no idea she even existed until now, but that I still really want to be in her life and have the chance to be her father if she wants that. Kara was a bit emotional, we talked some more, and said she still wants me involved. That night my messages were blowing up. Not just from Rob but her grandparents as well. They're all outraged for telling Kara about her mom because she yelled at all of them and is refusing to even take their calls. Yes, the lie was terrible but I just ruined the image she had of her late mother for my own benefit. Rob called me selfish for not taking into consideration how this would affect Kara finding out about this. So right now I feel bad. I get honesty is the best policy but in this case I don't know if I was an a-hole for doing it. I'm still learning this whole dad business so don't know if I dropped the ball here.
All right.
I can see myself doing the same exact thing. Because I'm just gonna tell you the truth.
What's up? You can see doing what the same thing, like handling the situation, kind of like, or telling the truth.
Yeah, and just it's not gonna directly affect me, and it's kind of an privileged, kind of ignorant point of view, but saying the truth isn't gonna affect him directly. So why the fuck not? In a way. But I can't say it's the right thing to do.
I think he could have waited.
Yeah, I don't.
You threw that out there.
What would have been the correct time?
Yeah, what would have been the correct time? 6 months in, a year in, 2 years in?
The girl just lost her mom. She's just meeting you for the first
time.
Yeah,
I get it.
And then she finds out that the whole entire life that she lived was based on
a lie. Yeah, so I can see why she's pissed off.
Now you just threw at her.
So she lost her mom. So at 16, I think it said, like 3 years prior, and she's 19 now. So it's been 3 years. I mean, I know.
To me, that's long enough.
I mean, when would be the right time? 3, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years? I don't know when the right time would be on something like that. That's between whenever, but I think I'm better off with, I don't think he's an asshole, but maybe
selfish.
Painting yourself to look like the good guy would be the bad part. I mean, I can see him. I don't see him painting himself the good guy. He's admitted to his mistake.
I don't see that. Yeah,
he admitted to his mistake. He goes like, and he admitted to his age, and he sounded selfish about it. He admitted to his selfishness. He's like, yeah, I wasn't the right, but now I am. In this 19 years later, I am a better person.
When everything's done. This is a
I know. I know that. I get that. But
I hope she is independent enough to not need any of them.
Yeah.
And this is very similar to Dad's situation with his parents. And so not exactly similar, but somewhat similar, and how the mom kind of shit talked the dad while growing up, and stuff like that. And I've been able to watch him have that realization of like, oh, my dad's not a shitty person. He never was like skipping out on child payments and stuff like that. Mom would go turn around and go use it for drugs and casino and yada yada yada. And to watch his kind of realization of that kind of changed my perspective of the story, because I know this girl's life just fucking changed.
Yeah, her changed twice within 3 years, and that's pretty fucking devastating.
Like her life.
Yeah,
at a very young age.
For any parent that shares a child with someone they're not with, okay, call it co-parenting or whatever the fuck you want to call it. If that person chose to leave, you know what I mean? Like, and is not a part of that child's life willingly, then whatever, more power to you. There comes a time when you tell that child, when they're old enough to be like, they're going to ask you, they're going to be like, hey, Billy Bob, my friend, you know, his parents are together. Why, blah, blah, blah. You, at that time, as the custodial parent, the one that is responsible, have the option to tell them, well, this is what happened. You know, you can do it in a way to where you don't have to downplay the other parent. You know, that, and I know you hate this phrase, but that is a huge point in time when you need to be the bigger person.
Well, I get that.
I'm just saying.
No.
And if those two can have a relationship, then cool.
Yeah.
And I have a close family member who's a single mom, and it's very clear to the daughter that it's me and the father made a decision that she wanted to be a single mom, and that he was okay with it and everything. And the daughter is very aware of that.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like there was an agreement made and one didn't, and then a lie told that tumbled into a bigger lie, and then that house of cards fell, and then the only person that's the victim here is that poor child. Can we all? Yeah, I don't think anybody's an asshole. I just think it's a fucked up situation where the word jump.
They're all, it's very selfish on all parts.
So
on the mom's part, on his part, it's like a selfish thing. But
all right, moving on. Now let's have a fucking good day moment.
Why did that teacher get fired from your school? Teacher didn't get fired, but we never saw him again. In about first grade, a bunch of the dads were sitting around on a Saturday, drinking beer in one of the backyards. Kids got to talking about the new gym teacher who liked to pick up the little girls and turn them upside down, especially if they were wearing dresses. He'd have his favorites help get the mats out of the storeroom, and sometimes it took a really long time. One of the girls there was the gym teacher's absolute favorite, and her dad got really quiet and then took her inside the house for about 20 minutes. Kids kept playing. Dad stopped drinking. He came out and said to the others, "Let's go." This was a small town on the Great Plains, and these men had known each other all their lives. They went. The story I heard later was that they went over to the gym teacher's place and scared the shit out of him. Told him to get in his car and start driving, and never come back. The guy left all his stuff and everything, and no one ever heard from him again. I was an adult before I realized what really happened.
Good on them.
Oh,
what do you think happened? Anyone want to take any shot into the dark here?
Nope.
I imagine Joe Pesci at the end of Casino happened.
It was a little bit more than just scaring him.
No. He's in a fucking cornfield hole. Like, you ever seen the end of Casino with Joe Pesci?
That's a stupid question.
I know that. Do you want to describe that? What happens to him, babe?
They beat the fuck out of him with an aluminum baseball bat and bury him while he's still breathing.
In a cornfield. Where was this at? In a small Midwest town? Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's all that cornfield over all fucking, off CC Highway down there in fucking rural Jefferson County. You look good.
That's one of those, like, the kid starts telling a story of like, hey, this weird teacher, like, I don't know why he does this. They're so like innocent, just being like, yeah. And dads get real quiet. They're just like, all right.
And that kid has probably talked about it, but you don't necessarily grasp everything sometimes, or the way they describe stuff, But yeah, he's probably like, oh yeah, we were hanging upside down in gym class today, or something like that. They're like, oh, okay. didn't think anything of it until it comes off, like you hear the whole
Yeah,
thing.
it sounded like it was another kid that was over hanging out and that was telling about the weird teacher to him only. And then everyone else picked up on it.
They're like, oh, do you have like Billy and Tommy were playing catch, and they're like, oh, what do you think about the new gym teacher? It's super strange that he does this, isn't it?
Yeah,
and
the teachers,
Tommy's dad
the parents overheard it, grabbed their daughter, and was like, "All right, you need to explain some stuff."
And you're not in trouble. What happened?
Oh yeah, no.
What does he do? Oh, okay. And Dad went outside and went, and they beat the fuck out of that dude, and he is in a hole somewhere, never to be seen again. Yeah. And rightfully so.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest fears is getting caught up in some shit like that.
Yeah, that's the no.
It'd be so quick of a decision.
Yep, without missing a beat. You know. All right. We got some more fan theories now. We like fan theories, don't we?
Yeah. Head cannons.
Huh?
Head cannons.
Yeah. All right. Some fan theories.
What fan theory do you 100% accept as true? Andy's parents are in the middle of a divorce when the first Toy Story is taking place.
Do you think so? Andy's parents in first Toy Story are getting divorced. You ever heard that one before?
I think I have.
I don't know the justification behind that one. So, all right.
Willy Wonka knew what he was doing. There was no seat for Augustus aboard that boat. He knew Augustus Gloop would fall in there. Yep. Courage the dog is exaggerating normal occurrences into scary things because he's a dog.
I agree with that one.
That one's 100% true.
That's fucking awesome, though.
100% true. What's that?
Great cartoon.
Never. I don't think I've watched a few episodes, huh?
It's fucking great.
Scooby-Doo is a show about draft dodgers during the Vietnam War.
Yup.
I never heard that one, but it makes so much. No, never heard. I watched Scooby-Doo all my life and never heard that until now, and it makes sense.
Yeah, I thought you knew that.
Never knew that one until I heard this the first time. I'm like, what the fuck? Now the next one, I need you to pay attention, lady.
I am.
Okay. Don't double pay attention. I'm fucking with you.
Barney from How I Met Your Mother isn't actually as much of a womanizer as Ted says he is. Ted's an unreliable narrator and could have presented this image of Barney to his kids either because he was jealous of Barney's relationship with Robin, or because he wants Barney to look unsuitable for her. That way, Ted's kids see Ted and Robin as soulmates.
Yup. I can see that one.
Probably.
That would explain why he is always bragging about the books that Barney writes, of the playbook and all of that.
My favorite thing is he didn't wear that duck tie for a year. He wore that duck tie a few times, and she was like, that motherfucker had it on for a fucking year.
Yeah. All right. I think that one's 100% true.
Could be.
Now when we rewatch it at night, why did I just go
watch it?
Huh?
Rewatch it.
What we fall asleep to every night.
Yeah.
So judge us. Don't care.
No, I absolutely love it.
Yeah. And you're going to be like, oh, Ted is an asshole.
I told you that before.
Well, even a bigger asshole. But the more you watch it, the more Ted just does not look great in that show. You just pick up on key things like how he is a pervert. He's a womanizer. He's an ass. All right, moving on.
The real world in the Matrix movies is just another layer of the Matrix, designed specifically to appeal to people unwilling to conform to the normal Matrix. Humans in this outer Matrix have confirmation of their belief that something was wrong, and get to indulge in the fantasy of being a heroic freedom fighter against the faceless evil machines, thus choosing to accept this false reality. The anomaly of the one is that he's capable of rejecting both realities, which is the reason why he had powers in the real world. Mr. Bean is an alien. That would explain his weird behavior and why he falls out of the sky at the beginning of every episode.
Mr.
That was one of my favorite shows.
Whoever comes up with this shit has entirely too much time on their hands.
Which one? The fan theories?
Yeah.
You don't have any don't you have fan theories about Freddy Krueger and shit and Jason?
What do you mean?
Or like Halloween, like what you actually think like behind the scenes in like movies? Fan theories? Fan theories are great. But you're right. They do have too much time on their
I
hands.
mean, it's interesting.
Uh-huh. But you are 100%. They do have. But my favorite one is the How I Met Your Mother. Just saying.
I think it sounds odd, but I think some of my favorite movies are some that don't have a lot of fan theories because they're so just like tight, and just
like Goodwill
especially
Hunting.
horror movies.
Actually, is there any good like Goodwill Hunting? I think there's a fan theory about Goodwill Hunting. Now that I opened my mouth, it said something.
I mean, like Evil Dead has a bunch of fan theories, but like Midsummer and like a lot of A24 movies and some newer stuff like that, it's very just like tight and sealed and like story within itself.
But I love fan theories. It makes it interesting because you kind of get to expand on that world and stuff like that.
Well, yeah,
Okay,
Star Wars. I've spent so much time going into that shit. So.
Oh yeah, so they're fun.
Mm-hmm.
They're fun. Just saying, they're fun. All right,
another one.
Last one. I need.
Is it boring to see you?
All right.
And this is a promise. A sweet one. God damn it, John. I know how I always fuck up at least once. Like doing this, I always forget to hit a button. I thought I was going to do it clean today. I thought I was going to do it clean, and I fucked it up right there.
So close.
So close. So close.
Men of Reddit, is it boring to see your girlfriend/wife's naked body after a while of being together? Why or why not? I think boring is too strong of a word. You get accustomed to seeing it. Think about good food. You know how it tastes and looks, so it's not surprising to you anymore, but you still want to eat it every chance you get. No, because boobs. Not at all. Been married 18 years and I can't help but stare when she changes. I just stop whatever I'm doing and blatantly stare. She smiles a shy, flattered smile and continues changing. I'll often tell her somewhere in there how beautiful she is. Nah. She's still as beautiful as she was 20 years ago. There's a lot of stories on her body. Stretch marks, C-section scars, and plenty more. However, they tell our story of two mid-30s young adults who were once teenagers that have dismantled every brick thrown at us. Married for 22, together for 23. Not even a little bit boring to see any part of her naked. Once I find something I like, I don't stop liking it. I've had oatmeal for breakfast almost every single day for 40 years and still talk about how good it is. Can you imagine how I feel about my wife? No, I just wish she believed me and would show it a little more. Men of Reddit, is...
That's a sweet one.
See? I told you, ladies and gentlemen. I got a frog in my throat. Hold on. I was going to start off a little rough, and we ended it very sweet, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
See, I thought I did a very good job, okay? I'm going to pat myself on the back like James pat himself on the back earlier this week. But unlike, I don't know, helping people in reverse, I think I did a very good job this week.
I felt so bad.
Huh?
I felt so bad.
Don't feel bad, dude. At least you didn't make fun or fucking make an ass out of yourself in front of a stand-up comedian. And not just any stand-up comedian, probably one of the top 3 female comedians out there right now.
Modern queens.
Good job, John. You're an idiot. All right. Anybody got anything this week? Wife?
Scentsy. I'm $20 away from my goal. So scented with a twist. Scentsy.us.
Yeah.
Go make your podcast or room, house smell better. Studio smell better. Jamie, what you got?
Nothing much. Kankle_eater. Go listen to Naked Robots. But yeah. Go buy a t-shirt, please. LostLosers.com.
How can you, hey, if you want to email us, James, what's the email address?
LostLosers@gmail.com.
LostLosersPodcast@gmail.com.
Oh, then I fucked it up. I gotta send you a different.
Mm-hmm. So the name of the podcast, LostLosersPodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram at Lost_Losers_podcast. You can find us on Twitter at Losers_Lost. You can go if you want to see the wonderful memes and all the other shit, weird psycho shit, go join the Facebook group. But most importantly, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, make sure you leave us a 5-star review, and be super nice. Go to Patreon, $5 a month. We know it's a lot to some of you, but it's a
Please,
little to a lot of
please.
you. Please support. It's all we ask. So now, once again, let's leave you with some motivation this week. Just a little motivational speech and a beautiful scenery.
That's true.
Listen, I don't know a lot, but I do know you are a bit of a cunt.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye.